Yeah, I don't know what happened, but anyways, I'm recording on my tablet, so it might be really, really laggy, and the audio might be screwed up. But my Nexus 5 is actually the camera's actually bumming out, and you can't even focus right. Basically, today we're gonna be looking at what the configuration is like. I wish I could do screen recording, but I don't have time to do that. So here you have my volume manager. You see I have two separate, I believe they're two different volumes. This one, cache, is configured as, here, we can take a look at it, I think. Yep, it's a stripe of 4 discs. This two of them are 500 gigabytes, and the other two are 250, giving us a total of how much space is that? I'm not going to do the math. 1.3 terabytes. Yeah, so this basically holds my stuff that I don't really need. For example, this is my backups of random stuff that I can afford to lose. Downloads, well, don't look at my prawn. Okay, and then here are my jails. This hosts virtual machines. Surprisingly, this thing can actually do virtual machines known as jails. I might be totally wrong, but I don't really care. You have plugins. Anyways, it's going back to here. Here holds my recordings, temporary recordings, and my drive. Let's take a look. Meanwhile, let's turn on our FreeNAS Minecraft server. Going to the storage, we have another volume labeled drive. This has 6.8 tabybytes. Might be pronouncing it wrong. But in Windows, you see it as 7.65 terabytes. And basically, it uses 3 terabytes. It's pretty solid so far. What is the transfer mode? I've never seen that before. I don't know. Anyways, that is how I set up my volumes to have two different volumes, and then each with a different RAID configuration. One of the 3 things that I always enable are FTP, Smart is on by default, and then Samba, SMB. Or is this server message block? I don't even know. What does SMB even mean? I've always thought it was Samba. Because it's like Windows shares. Sharing, you have to go into here and then add a share. Select the path that in your mount, so you have 2 volumes. I have 2 volumes, and then the configuration was actually pretty easy. The first time I did it was really annoying because I didn't know how to get credentials to be asked for, to be requested on Windows, because I didn't want people accessing my server other than a temporary. Let's see if it shows up here. Oh, let's go. Come on. Huh, that's weird. Usually it would have a NetBIOS name. I'm not sure if I disabled it. Probably did. But anyways, I'll just type it in. So computer name is FreeNAS. I can go in, I think. My computer's really slow because I'm rendering something, but that's okay. Wart. Okay, I'll just do in run / FreeNAS. There you go. So I have my two main volumes with a test server on. Basically, this requires no authentication. It's held in cache. Oh, that's what this thing is for. A data set. Yeah. So within a volume, you can create a data set, which then you can apply a different set of permissions, but it contains the same thing. And then you go to sharing, you configure another share, add that folder, and then have guest access or whatever you want, right? So that basically sets you up as a server, a share that is accessible for everyone. You can scale this to multiple users, just repeat, and then apply a permission for whoever owns that share. What else is there? Plugins. A plugin I actually installed was FreeNAS. So you see you have all these buggers. MineOS. Alright, so basically, with MineOS, you get to create your own Minecraft server with a login as MC server, not caps though. And you see, I have one server running, and that is a test server. I'm gonna go to Feed the Beast and actually just start that server. Did it start? There you go. So it takes a while, but it's actually pretty okay. It starts at 260 megabytes, and then for memory, for RAM, but it actually goes up pretty high pretty fast. With no people in it, it usually idles around 800. So to create a new server, basically you enter in your information, your IP address. This IP address would point to the jail. This jail would be the virtual machine IP address. So you have mine's on the 2.2 network. And then you would add the port. This would be your local port. So when you go into port forwarding, you would port forward the port that the remote user would enter. And then this would be your local port that you would specify for your internal network. Backsplayers, blah, blah, blah. So to actually use MineOS to its greatest potential, this is basically where you're going to spend your most of your time. Or I think. You would go to profiles, you would download the version that you want. So this is the server version. You can have Feed the Beast, Third Party Forge, Pocket Mine, Bungee Cord, etc. Right? The most issues I've encountered was with Feed the Beast. I installed which one did I install? I installed this one. And to basically to install this, you need to go into shell of your FreeNAS, right? Shell. Hopefully I can. Here, I'm gonna move it up. But basically, this is all like Linux commands. So cd/mount/ wherever your Minecraft server is stored. Hello. CD jails. Oh, I did not type CD. ls cd mine os. You can press tab to fill it out. ls. You want to go to var cd var ls and then cd servers. Wait, no, games. And then cd servers. There are a few. There you go. This is why you do ls. CD Minecraft. This is silly. ls. CD servers. ls. And then, before you do this, actually, you need to after you're done the server, let's go to Feed the Beast, go to server properties, server status actually. You have to change your profile to one of these, right? So let's say I wanted the 2.6 one. Yeah. And then you have to run your jar, but there is no jar. So basically, you copy profile to live server files. Once that's done, you'll have a bunch of, so we're going to cd into feed OS. So you wouldn't have these jar files to begin with, or they wouldn't, it's not allowed to, how should I say it? It's something to do with like legal stuff. Anyways, you need to run, let's make this bigger. Boom. So basically you need to run server start.sh, the script. And to do that, you need to go into, type in su, wait, no, do you? sh. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I need to, ruh-roh. How did I do this before? Oh, there he is. Not start server. You have to do ftb install.sh. So instead of server start, you do ftb install. .sh. And then it would download the jar file. There you go. It downloads the jar file. And from there, you get to go back into your MineOS and then change the jar runnable to the one downloaded, which is this one. The 10, whatever. It has to match your version for your Feed the Beast. So that's basically my issue. And then it's up. Boom. Bada bing. Port forwarding is another video. But as you can see, it has 2 gigs free. About 2 gigs free. It uses quite a bit of RAM actually. My server has 8 gigs. I'm trying to do it to have. I'm gonna upgrade to probably 16 or 32, just so I can scale more. Anyways, that's basically it. Peace out, mata ass.